Hey folks, just doing a little additional video here to the first impressions for Fallout 4, because of course I forgot to show off the power armor, which I said I would do later in the video, and then it sort of slipped my mind. So I figured I'd do a little side video here. Just we're gonna go on a little jaunt. Turn off the radio. We're gonna go for a little jaunt in power armor and kind of see how it's different from the previous games, because it's a pretty big change, I think, from just being a suit of armor you can equip. It functions a lot more like a vehicle now, which is something they kind of showed off a lot in the, pre-release announcements and stuff. So here's my current suit power armor. It is a little bit different than the T-45 that we saw in the first impressions that I didn't actually get in. This is the XO power armor, which fans of the series for a long time might recognize. Pretty familiar looking. Anyhow, let's pop in here, just get up behind it. Actually, before we do that, if we open up the power armor station here, you can actually see that just like the guns and other kinds of armor, you can customize these, upgrade them, add special little additions here, like just more weight capacity, less sprint cost, stuff like that. You can also add paint jobs or shielding and stuff that will, make it better. But unlike everything else, power armor has durability. So these pieces actually need to be repaired as they get damaged, and you can swap out pieces so that it doesn't all have to be from the same set. So if you don't have a full set of this XO1, but you have a couple, you can replace it. You can replace the worst parts with your XO parts until you get a full suit. Anyhow, let's pop in here. Slap in a fusion core, because not only are these count like a vehicle, they also need fuel, which limits you from using them just all the time, as fusion cores are not super rare, but there's not that many of them. You only get one at a time. So you can see when you pop in the power armor, we've got a special HUD. On the left there, you can see if your parts are damaged, because as they get damaged, they'll break completely, and you'll be exposed. You basically don't get any of the benefits. The HP gauge is the same. As you get radiation poisoning, the little red piece on the end of the gauge will go up. The suit does protect you from radiation, but not 100%, so you'll still get irradiated. And you can see the rad counter is just how much the exterior radiation is going up. We've still got our compass. You can see on there on the right is our core. That's how much fuel we have right now and how many additional cores. And then on the right is just our AP meter and ammo meter. Neat thing too is if you pull up the Pip-Boy while you're in here, you actually just get the the HUD, which is kind of an old screen look. So to show off the power armor, we're going to go for a little jaunt out in the place known as the Glowing Sea, which is a heavy irradiated, kind of nuclear strike zone inhabited by the worst of the wasteland. So let's head out. Alright, here we are at the edge of the Glowing Sea, and you can see already it's a pretty shitty place. Supposedly this is the strike zone for the large nuke that took out this part of Massachusetts. And we're just going to head south, deeper towards the actual blast impact. Hopefully we'll run into some of the nastier creatures of the wasteland, so we can demonstrate the extra survivability of power armor, as well as some of the larger weapons in the game that are obviously easier to use with power armor because they're heavy. Alright. I really like the look of this area. Fallout doesn't really have a lot of straight-up, like, nuclear wastelands. Oh, Rad Scorpion! There's a good old one. Alright, that actually worked better than I thought it would. We might not have needed the large weapons after all. Majority of the enemies in this game have had a redesign. Some of them look pretty good. Some of them are a lot different. Also, you can see I've added a Vault Boy headlamp to my power armor. Can we actually get a good look at that? No, it's just the eyes. But there's a particular enemy that I really like the new design of, which I'm sure we'll run into here, and will probably be given away by the title of the video. There's a place I haven't discovered up ahead, so let's just head that way and see what we can see. Maybe pull out something a little bigger. What do we got? Let's go with the minigun. See here, I've taken a minigun and added some spikes to it. Can't really see it there. which makes it better for punching people. Oh, that's a grenade. I meant to just punch. Like so. Oh dear. That's a smoke grenade. Let's not stay here. Let's just keep going. Don't want to be standing near that. Okay, good. Almost called down an artillery strike on my own position. We're coming up on this cave. Oh, there's a rad storm starting. You'll get these all over the Commonwealth. They kind of originate here, though, and basically, you get irradiated. That's really it. And everything gets real green and foggy, which is kind of what it looks like here all the time. I'm actually surprised we haven't run into anything more than a rad scorpion. Alright, here's probably the cave right here. Alright, I hear some perpetual bones. I must be going the right way. Count me in. This looks like trouble, right? Surely there must be something down here that burrowed its way through. Or nothing. Okay. Well, that was disappointing. Oh, there we go. There's another Radscorp. A legendary glowing Radscorp. Who has just burrowed, so I'm going to get up high. Where'd you go? Seriously, where did he go? Rad Scorpion? Did he just flee? That's disappointing. Sadly, I don't have the jump jets because it's one of the last upgrades you get for your power armor, so I can't just boost up here. Oh. I seem to have Bethesda'd him. Oh, okay. He's back to normal. I think we're gonna need something tougher for these guys. Alright, so he's mutated, that means he got all his health back, and now we can kill him without him doing that again. So let's see here. Pull out the old Gauss rifle. You can see we're still doing pretty good on health. Gauss rifle requires you to charge it, it's got that handy little screen on it, and it's pretty powerful. Like, if you hit him in the vulnerable bits like the face, you'll just kill him in one good shot. Alright, that went pretty well. Let's see, what else do we got with us here? Assault rifle, Gauss rifle. We've got the good old rocket launcher.
We're not alone here.
I've added 2 more barrels to this thing, so 3 shots before you have to reload. Bloat flies seem like a bit of a waste for a rocket, but what the hell. Especially if you miss.
Hey, they're here.
Legendary glowing bloatfly. Man. I want to go back to the assault rifle for these guys. I can't give up on my quest until we find what I was looking for. Whereabouts are we? Okay, we need to go a bit more south towards this impact crater. As we trundle along the landscape. I believe we found our target. So, Deathclaws. In this game, they're considerably more dangerous. Just like the regular enemies, they don't just stand around and, run up and start stabbing you. They got some moves. This one hasn't seen us yet, so I'm gonna get up close, see if we can get a good look at him. They also look a lot more scaly now, which they should, considering they were once chameleons.
So serene. Then I guess most
Hey, buddy.
graveyards are. Pick and fight over light. Okay.
So not too tough when you've got power armor and heavily upgraded guns.
Where'd they go?
Nope. Mosquito. Well, so much for the most dangerous enemies of the wasteland.
Held your own.
We got one Deathclaw, some scorpions, and a bunch of fucking flies and mosquitoes. There were a lot more Deathclaws last time I were here. And not just the regular plain old stab ya Deathclaws. They can do some other stuff too that he didn't do there. They can pick up rocks and throw them at you, all Left 4 Dead tank style. I was hoping for a legendary Deathclaw, or a glowing Deathclaw, or an albino Deathclaw, or one of those partially invisible Deathclaws. I'm actually digging this Vault Boy light. It's completely impractical, but in the good way. Hello? Are there any Deathclaws down here? Nope, just a bunch of ghouls.
Watch your digits, Blue.
Well, I guess we'll just have to use our last weapon on them. This is the Broadsider. It's a cannon. It shoots cannonballs. Which are surprisingly effective even in the post-apocalyptic future. Also got the Super Sledge, which for some reason is no longer pneumatic, it's actually rocket-powered. Which I guess you just use one-handed in power armor. Alright, so you can see our health's still doing fine. And none of my pieces are broken. So this power armor can really take a beating. Of course, that's because it's upgraded. The default starting power armor that they give you, like, in one of the first quests is not very good. It breaks quickly, it doesn't really protect you much, and... I was gonna say it drains battery quicker, but I don't think that's actually true. But yeah, the broadside is pretty neat, but cannonballs are kind of hard to find, even in Boston. Actually, one of the #1 sources of cannonballs was an old naval fort. Poor guy. Doesn't have any legs. There we go. Poor Piper doesn't have any life. I'm sure she'll be fine with all this radiation. Well, that wasn't too exciting, but yeah, that's power armor. It's a bit fancier. People complain that it's kind of overpowered, but honestly, it doesn't feel that much more powerful, especially if you don't explore enough to get a lot of fusion cells, or fusion cores. Because we didn't burn through too much now, but sprinting around and stuff actually drains your cores really quickly. So yeah, that's power armor in Fallout 4. It's a neat addition. It's kind of a shame that you can't just use it as regular armor, but it actually feels, you know, a bit more powerful now. Still not quite up to the actual game's lore, though, in terms of power armor being basically invincible knights who only have to worry about EMP. So yeah, I've been Shadefire. This was still Fallout 4, and I'm gonna keep playing this, of course. Anyhow, you folks all take care. And maybe we'll see a little bit more of the Commonwealth in the future.